Hi, Sean.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm packing up pages. These are a bunch of Josh Pettinger pages that sold recently to help support his little doggo, Bingo, who needs to have a surgery. So we did a bit of a sale, and a lot of folks stepped up. So
thank you, everybody, supporting Bingo.
Really exciting.
Oh, gosh. Everyone can see your office right now.
Oh, good. See how messy it is?
Yeah, it actually doesn't look as bad as
it normally does?
it feels.
I know that fisheye lens really
puts emphasis.
Yeah.
Somewhere else. So we got home from TCAF yesterday.
We did.
How was coming home? We went to day 2 for a little bit. How was that?
Yeah, well, we got to have breakfast with Davey Baker and Nicole Gu, and that was really nice. They're always a really creative group, both in terms of their art, but also thinking about how to market themselves. And I think they've been really successful in being able to do comics full time, and among other things. But I think it's nice to connect with folks who want to collaborate and find new ways of getting the word out there about the medium. So that was nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to stay. We didn't get to go to TCAF for very long on the second day because we had to rush back. I had a live stream with Charles Globitz and Sam Grinberg for Comic Art Live. They're having an event, and I needed to get across the border back home and get on my computer, which in theory I could have done anywhere, but
easier with your setup.
Easier with my setup, and we have children and et cetera, et cetera. So would have liked to have stayed longer, but 2 days is a lot. These shows are a little exhausting. Inspiring, but exhausting.
If people want to find that live stream, where do they go?
Well, Athenium has a YouTube station channel, and I re-shared it there. But you can just go to Comic Art Live on YouTube, and you'll find it. They did a bunch of panels yesterday for their online convention, the original art convention, and we talked about indie art and highlighted a couple of my artists. So that was super fun. Getting the word out about indie art with more mainstream collectors is always good.
I want everyone to notice how quiet the tape that Sean's using is. If anyone out there is running their own small business, getting a quiet tape dispenser has really improved my quality of life, allowing me to go to bed while Sean's still packing up art.
Who is this person who's talking on the camera?
I'm nobody.
You're nobody?
A disembodied
You should introduce
voice.
yourself.
Oh gosh.
If you're gonna be. Oh.
Hi everybody.
Don't worry, I'll delete
I'm behind the
this.
camera. Sean's gonna delete this later. So Sean, what is?
This is Deborah. She is my partner in crime. Not quite equals in Athenium, but equals in everything else.
For those of you getting packages today or in the coming weeks for supporting Josh's puppy, I did my best rendition of Bingo saying thank you on your thank you notes.
It's photorealistic.
So Sean, what is coming up next for Athenium?
Oh my gosh, so much stuff. Some things I can talk about and some things that are a secret. What is next? We're going to Paris. Deborah and I are going to Paris. Caroline Cash is doing a residency with Kush in Latvia for the month of June. And she just so happens to be going out to Fanzine Festival in Paris. And we used it as an excuse to go out and support Caroline, go out to the Pompidou because they have a big comics exhibition for the next few months. And yeah, we're really excited to do that. I got to reach out to some galleries there because I'd love to connect with original art folks in France. France is, I'm sure you all may already know, but the French take comic books very, very seriously, and they really appreciate the medium. So would love to connect with both artists, but also collectors. We actually, at TCAF, we met with a collector from Belgium that I've been corresponding with for a few years now, and he has a really amazing art collection. It was nice to see him in person. There's something really special about connecting with folks in real life. You kind of forget. Atheneum started during the pandemic and continues to be very successful. And you kind of forget sometimes that seeing people in real life, showing the art in real life is really great because you get these opportunities to network in ways that you wouldn't otherwise. For instance, the first time we went to TCAF, we ran into Avi, the owner of Silver Sprocket, and that eventually led to us doing a gallery show at the Silver Sprocket store in San Francisco with Rosemary Valera O'Connell. You know, you just never know where these chance encounters are going to take you, especially in a small community like this. So I encourage folks, if you can afford it, if you live near these places, to go check out some cons because, you know, I think they're really inspiring and you get to see cool people and make new connections as well as have some new ideas.
And if anyone watching has any connections for us in Paris, please give a shout out.
If you're in Paris,
definitely. We want to come see you.
I am, I always consider myself kind of in the middle of introvert, extrovert, but comics has brought out the introvert in me. I'll meet with anybody.
The extrovert in you.
Extrovert, excuse me. Extrovert, I'm very tired. I will meet with anybody at any time to talk about stuff. I think sometimes people don't want to waste your time because they're not going to buy art from you. I don't care. You know, I think we're building out a community. And, you know, if anyone wants advice, if anyone wants to just chat about their love of indie comics, I'm all about it. I may not be able to do it today, but, you know, I'll talk to anybody. I get a lot of energy out of connecting with folks. So, I don't get energy from like calling for pizza, but for some reason I'm good when it comes to strangers in very specific circumstances.
Note to fans: if you have pizza with Sean, you will do the
I will
ordering.
not call anybody. I hate it. I also we don't have to get into. Nobody cares about any of that.
And anything else that your Atheneum fans should know today?
Well, there's surprise stuff coming up. I can't talk about some of it. We're going to Paris.
Paris trip is in June. End of June.
I might be going down to the Nancy Fest in Columbus in a couple weeks. That'll be exciting. I think Caroline Cash is going to be there, and I'm sure MS Harkness will be there. I'm sure a ton of cartoonists are going to be at that event. June, July, August. There are other events I'm forgetting. A2CAF, the summer version of A2CAF, is going to be in June as well.
It's the Ann Arbor Comic Art Festival.
The Ann Arbor Comic Art Festival. And I think I'm sponsoring an event with the Ann Arbor Arts Center. They're doing a gallery of some of the local artists' work from A2CAF, the summer version of A2CAF. Not sure if I'm going to go to Cake or SPX this year. Still thinking about it. Spending a lot of money going to Paris, so I have to be thoughtful about that. And I'm sure. I mean, A2CAF in October. We're planning. We have the headliners are Trung Lenoyan, Tilly Walden, and Ebony Flowers. I'll be so there's CXC the weekend before that, A2CAF, and then we're doing a show, kind of a retrospective of Noah Van Sciver at Partners and Son in Philly on whatever the date is. So October 5th is A2CAF, and then the next next Friday will be Noah's show, and then Philly Expo is the day after that. And then there's I'll be going out for a short run. I think I'm going to go to MICE this year in December as well. So that might be everything.
Anything about mentorship?
Oh, mentorship. Sure, yeah. So I've been working with Remy Boydell for the past forever, it seems, thinking about how we can give back to the community. Remy has a really lovely fan base. They really it's amazing to see them at TCAF this weekend to show their love for Remy. But Remy has a desire to give back to the community that supported them as they came up as a cartoonist, and so we're putting together a pilot program where hopefully other cartoonists at Atheneum will participate in the future, but we kind of want to see how it goes this round. But we are going to open up applications to do this pilot program where essentially a cartoonist who has a completed-ish comic, 20 pages, give or take, I need to look at what we decided, can work with Remy over the span of 3 months to get advice on editing the project, on how to get it published, on all the pieces that I'm sure I don't know anything about because I just pack art for a living. So that's going to be a really awesome opportunity, and I hope it continues to grow. What am I calling it? The Atticus Mentoring Project? No, what did Atticus Comic Mentors, maybe. I don't know, I'm still working on the name. Atticus was really, has been vocal recently about how Athena has a whole business named after her, and he doesn't have anything. So I thought mentorship, Atticus is such a sweet kid outside of our house, with other kids. I thought it would be really appropriate to have something named after him for mentoring stuff. So yeah, look forward to that.
It's going to go live in June?
Yes.
On the website,
supposedly.
people can find.
Yes. On the website, I'm going to build out a page that will have the application and more information. And it'll be real small, so it's going to be fairly selective at the beginning, but I don't say that to discourage people from applying. I think you should apply if you want to do it, because we may go back to those lists again when we open it up the next time. So.
Anything else?
The Noah show, I forgot to mention that we are also putting together kind of an art book for it. I'm working with my friend Colin Blanchard, who Blanchett, I don't know, pronounce it wrong all the time, who runs Loading the Cannon, the zine, the super cool zine, indie comic zine, I don't know what he would call it, the zine that talks about comics that people should be reading. And we are getting a bunch of images from Noah's work over the years, a lot of which is really hard to come across, and we're going to sell those both signed and sketched in, as well as just normal, to Noah's big fans as kind of a celebration. It was really important to us. Colin and I are really huge fans of Noah's, and he's definitely someone who has gotten a lot of accolades and respect in the comics community, but hasn't had an opportunity, I think, to really celebrate the span of his career and really how much he's produced over the years. And so it was important to us to both have this show with Partners and Son, because it's one of the best comic shops in the country, and indie shops in the country, as well as they're just wonderful to work with, and they really are passionate about indie comics. So we wanted to do an event, but also have something tangible. We're the old folks who are interested in things that we can hold and put on our shelves and celebrate. So it's going to be a smallish run. We're not looking to we're probably not going to make any money on it. It's really a passion project. So hopefully folks are really interested in that, and we'll pick it up when we put it together. It's going to be a lot of work, but it'll be it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. But otherwise, yeah, Athenium, check out Athenium. You want to support us, you can support us by sharing our posts, tell all your friends about us. If you can afford to buy some art, that's the best way, or one of the best ways to put a lot of money into artists' pockets. I take a small cut, but the vast majority of it is going to the artists. And, I think it's important to know that these folks are using it to pay their bills, to fix their houses, to do things to help them really survive as artists. And when you buy a beautiful piece of art and you put it up on your wall, it's not just for you to consume it, it's also doing a lot of good. And so, I encourage folks to think of it in that way. And that's what really addicted me to collecting art, particularly directly from artists, was that I knew it was really impactful in their lives. And selfishly, it would mean that they would continue to make comics. So check us out. And we're also going to be doing more interviews and things. I got this GoPro, you can see, because it's all fish-eyed, which I love. But we're going to be doing interviews. I think Nicole Gu is coming up soon. Rosemary Valero O'Connell and Charles Globitz are all folks that are going to be interviewed in the next couple months. So follow us on YouTube and Instagram. And yeah, thanks to everyone who is watching this super long video that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Thanks to everyone that supports Athenium and the artists that we work with. It really means a lot. We put a ton of, as you can tell, this is my day off from my real job, and I'm packing art. We put a lot of work into what we do, and it's lovely to see how many folks respond to that. So, thank you.